In the heart of the thick mountains surrounding the quiet village lived Tom, a young man with ambition, always feeling different from others. He longed for an adventure that would break the monotonous routine of his daily life. The village where he was born was isolated, inhabited by simple people who lived off farming and fishing, and it was surrounded by invisible walls of mystery. The village spoke of a haunting valley behind the mountains, known as the Valley of Ghosts. Whoever entered that valley never returned. As the days passed, Tom gazed at the mountains surrounding his village as if they were guarding ancient secrets. He felt that his real adventure awaited him there. One evening, while sitting in the small tavern owned by his friend Jack, an old man in a worn-out cloak approached him. The old man sat beside him in silence for a long time, then suddenly whispered, "You know, young man, not everything they say about the Valley of Ghosts is just a myth. There's truth hidden there, but to find it, you need a brave heart and a spirit unafraid of the unknown." These words were enough to ignite a fire of adventure in Tom's heart. He decided that he would go to the valley to discover its buried secrets for himself. Tom gathered his essentials, a small bag with some food and water, a knife for protection, and an oil lamp to guide him through the night. Before leaving, he looked at his small village one last time. The houses were simple, made of stone and clay. The streets narrow but warm, full of old stories. He felt a pang of nostalgia, but he was determined to press on. Tom woke up before dawn and began his journey toward the mountains. The path was difficult, filled with sharp rocks and dangerous cliffs, but Tom didn't stop. The forests around him were alive with the sounds of animals, as if they were cautiously observing his every step. After hours of continuous walking, he finally reached the valley. The place was entirely different from what he expected. There was an eerie chill in the air, despite the sun shining brightly in the sky. The trees were twisted in strange shapes as if they were in pain. As he explored the valley, Tom noticed strange footprints on the ground, but they abruptly disappeared as if the person who made them had vanished into thin air. He continued walking until he reached the ruins of an old castle. The castle was made of massive stones, but was crumbling, overtaken by time. Tom approached it cautiously and stepped inside. The walls were covered in ancient symbols and carvings that seemed to tell the story of a fierce battle that took place centuries ago. Suddenly, Tom felt a strange presence around him, as though someone was watching him. He turned to find the ghost of a man in old armor, his face filled with sorrow and eyes brimming with pain. For a moment, Tom froze, but then he gathered his courage and spoke with a steady voice. "Who are you? And why is this place like this?" The ghost replied in a deep voice, "I am the knight who ruled this castle long ago. This land has been cursed after a great battle, and I have not found peace since. The curse haunts me and anyone who approaches this village. But the curse can be broken if a brave heart like yours dares to try." The ghost told him that the key to breaking the curse was hidden in a dark cave deep within the forest, a place that was not easily reached. Determined to face the challenge, Tom headed toward the cave. The journey to the cave was treacherous, requiring him to cross icy rivers and climb sharp rocks. As he neared the cave, the wind grew stronger, and strange sounds echoed in his ears, as if warning him to turn back. But Tom did not give in. He entered the cave, which was unnaturally dark and cold. Deep inside, he found a glowing stone in the center of the cave. This stone was the key. As soon as he grasped it, the cave began to tremble, as if something massive had stirred within the earth. Tom felt time slipping away and ran out of the cave as fast as he could. When he emerged, something unexpected happened. The sky changed color, and the dark clouds that had long shrouded the valley began to slowly disperse, carrying away the curse with them. Tom returned to the village to find that the transformation had already begun. The farmers working in the fields looked happier. The water in the rivers had turned crystal clear, and even the trees, once bent by the wind, stood tall and straight again. The villagers felt an unusual sense of relief, as if a new spirit had entered their land. A few days later, the villagers gathered to celebrate. Tom became a hero in their eyes, not just because he had saved them, but because he had restored hope and joy to a place that had been deprived of it for so long. The celebration took place in the village's central square, where lights filled the air and children ran and played in the streets. Tom's story became a legend in the village. And after his adventure, he lived a quiet life. But he never forgot those moments in the valley. The night he faced the ancient ghost and broke the curse. Every time he told the story to the village children, he remembered that courage isn't just about facing dangers, but about confronting the unknown with an open heart. In the end, Tom lived happily among his family and friends, with the promise of new adventures awaiting him in the future. But this time, he knew that adventure wasn't only in faraway places, but in every moment lived with bravery and passion.
This is the end. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel and press the like button to receive all new updates. Goodbye.